窓から覗き込んだ世界を駆け抜ける勇者よ何が好きか嫌いか互いの情に
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Anime Degens Podcast. We're coming at you today with the Bullshit Hour episode 118. Got Nam with me today. Tyler's on his sabbatical. I'm going to call it something else every single time because he's doing something. It was a hiatus. Now it's a sabbatical. You know,
Rip Tyler.
He's alive. He's just in like India or something. You know, I know he loves airplanes.
Yeah, for sure.
How you doing, Nam?
Big airplane guy.
Huge
I'm
airplane
doing pretty
guy.
good. I'm doing pretty good. Today was actually a huge positive for me, and I know I showed you. I didn't tell. We haven't told the listeners yet, but for those of you playing the home game, I play Magic the Gathering, and I have pulled a card today that was one of those double-sided ones. It's all about dragons, so it's an adult version and the baby version on the back. And all I gotta say is that card was so fucking adorable that it literally set my day up to be nothing but peak.
Hell yeah.
And it was. It was just absolutely phenomenal. I rode that wave all day long. I'm still riding that wave. As you can see, I'm literally still talking about it. He was just so cute and adorable. And I put him in one of those little deck boxes. It just, oh god.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
that thing isn't in a sleeve and a top loader on its way.
No, it's not worth that much, okay?
Okay.
It's like a $15 card, right? But at the same time, like it was really cool art. I actually have the original version of it in that deck already, in my dragon deck. So I actually swapped it out so that way I could have the baby in there.
How do you use a double-sided card mid-game?
It's the same card on both sides.
But
One
you
side,
know it's coming.
you have it sleeved,
Ah, okay.
so you
There you
don't actually see what's on the other side. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that's kind of a cheat code, dude.
Yeah, no, the more annoying ones are where it's an actual effect where you have to take it out of the sleeve and then flip it around so that way you can play that.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Super
I got
annoying.
you. I don't magic. I don't gather too much magic, so I'm not familiar with the rules. Haven't
I've
played
gathered
Magic in
a
20 years.
I've gathered a decent collection. I'm really waiting to gather up all the Final Fantasy cards.
Nice.
I'm
I
planning on
totally
buying
get
all of it.
Hell yeah. I totally get it though. Like when I pulled a Rainbow VMAX Pikachu like during COVID, it's pretty fired up.
See?
But that was also worth like
See?
$400. I don't know what it's worth now, but at the time, I should have sold it so I could buy more Pokemon cards.
Look it up, and it's probably like $3,000 now. Terrible condition. Ripped corner. She's looking it up. No, honestly though, aside from the Final Fantasy,
165. Okay. That's
nice.
not bad.
Aside from the Final Fantasy set though, the one that I'm really waiting for, I'm diving all in, and everyone's heard me talk about it numerous times. Even you have, Dan. Magic is coming out with an Avatar, The Last Airbender set,
Hell yeah.
and I am gonna go broke. I
Hey,
do
man.
not care. I will collect every single card in that set.
I feel that.
That
Hell
is my
yeah.
fandom right there.
Well, now that we covered Nam's magic news, should we get to some anime-ish news?
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
It's a pretty light week. I'm grasping at straws for the news this week, but first, Hatsune Miku, you might know her. She is a virtual idol, is holding daily concerts in the Gundam metaverse. So, if you like the Miku Miku Beam, you might as well go play some Gundam, I guess. I personally don't get it. I might be too old, even though she's been around for a long time. I don't get the appeal of a computer dancing, but To each their own.
You know, I
Dude,
I don't
whatever floats
understand
your
the
boat,
craze
man.
either, but exactly.
Whatever
I
floats your
think
boat.
I think ultimately what it is just a bunch of companies are trying to grasp at whatever straw they can to bring in any new kind of fandom, right? And apparently Hatsune Miku's got a pretty big fandom. You know who else has a
Ye
pretty big fandom though?
Gundam.
D- well, I was not just Gundam. I was gonna say Demon Slayer. Which turns out,
True.
actually, guys, for our next bit of news, we are getting a new trailer for Infinity Glass film, or sorry, Infinity Castle film, which will be revealed on May 9th. And the movie is actually set for none other than, and I really can't believe I'm actually announcing this for the first time publicly, my birthday, July
Ooh.
18th, 2025. So it looks
Well,
like I have some plans to
you know,
go see it.
I can picture it now, like you go to the movie theater, but before that you go to a nice Chili's, you get yourself a little triple dipper, then you go see Demon Slayer.
You know what? I think that's a plan right there, you know?
That's
I'm
a
gonna have
that's
to
a
s-
hot that's a hot date.
I'm gonna have to see if I can get a few people together and whatnot, you know?
Hell yeah.
Get
I
get a good
have
old group outing going.
I have my buddy that we go to all the anime movies together. Like we're both just fucking nerds. And it's like, hey, you got plans on July 18th. Like I think we've been to like 6 or 7 anime movies in the last 3 years together. So let's hope that trend continues.
Heck yeah.
And our last bit of news, not anime related, but if you live under a rock, GTA 6 has been delayed to May 26, 2026. So still more opportunity to get more things before we get GTA 6.
Many more things.
I mean,
But
we're
you
getting
know what?
we're getting the Demon Slayer movie before GTA 6, dude. Crazy.
True. We might even get the second one.
We got Hatsune Miku in the Gundam metaverse before
Before
GTA
we got
6.
GTA 6. For real, what's the world coming to?
I
But
know, man.
honestly, did you see that second trailer?
No.
It's out there now. It does look beautiful. It
I think
does.
they're
I
just
I am
waiting for
so
that
excited
Switch 2.
for it.
They're waiting for the Switch 2 to drop because it's gonna look the best on that system, you know?
Obviously.
God,
It's got that
unrelated news.
1080p, 120 FPS.
I was somehow able to get a Switch 2 pre-order, like, a day
Yo,
later. A day later, dude, I just randomly went on Walmart and they had it, and I was like, "Oh, shit, is this gonna work?" And it did. I did not get an email canceling it, so
let's
I beat I
go.
beat the scalpers.
Let's go, Dan. You
Well,
know, there is
awesome.
one Switch game that I want to get. I need to get actually. Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Nice. Okay.
So,
Respect.
solid game. It's a remake of the Wii U version, but like if you've ever played the Xenoblade Chronicles games, it is hands down one of the best. Has absolutely nothing to do with 1, 2, or 3, even though 1 and 2 had nothing to do with each other, and 3 had nothing to do with either of them, but then had everything to do with everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost as confusing as the Kingdom Hearts storyline, but
Oh, don't
Xenoblade
get me started
Chronicles,
on that.
uh, trust me, I'm not going to. That's a whole nother DGen episode, guys.
Welcome to
Um
Kingdom Hearts, like, 2.37.
so anyways, Xenoblade Chronicles X though was fantastic. It had an amazing open world, a decent story, but the gameplay was top notch. And then it also introduced like these flying mechs in it.
Okay. Respect. I like that.
I already sold you, so yeah,
You said my favorite words.
I know, I
Flying
did.
giant
It,
robot.
it was one of the coolest things, and then like the soundtrack that plays too, as soon as like you take off. So you can get the mech first, and then you have to actually go a couple chapters to get the ability to unlock the flight license. But
Okay.
as soon as you get that and you take off for the first time, that song that plays is just so fucking good. Oh
Oh,
god.
yeah. Awesome.
Sorry, huge
Yeah.
sidetrack.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was like, I don't really need a Switch 2. Then I was like, you know what? A Pokemon game's gonna come out, and I'm gonna be fighting people to get a den. So fuck it. Let's do it. And Mario Kart. So yeah, I'm in.
Hell yeah.
But
What are we in
cool.
for today, Dan?
Ooh, we've got a fun little topic for you. We're talking season 2's. Upcoming season 2's. No season 1's, no season 3's, just season 2's. Because there's only 2 of us today, so we're doing the season 2's. I just made that up. But yeah, over the last couple of years of the podcast, we've covered a lot of new shows that were pretty fucking awesome. So we're taking a look at some of the upcoming season 2's for this year into winter 2026, kind of from some of the heavy hitters we've covered on the podcast. Since Tyler's not here, we're focused solely on shonen and fantasy shows because that's what me and Nam do. And here's your spoiler warning. We probably will shoot the shit about the plot a little bit. I don't know how much we'll spoil, but utilize those timestamps in the description if you haven't seen one of the shows we're talking about. But if you haven't, you probably live under a rock because all of these anime were super, super popular. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Why don't you take it away first? Get us started with a couple of those shows, and then we can get to the other ones.
All right. So I'm starting off with Hell's Paradise. We watched this before Nam was on the podcast. Have you watched Hell's Paradise yet?
I did watch it actually as it was out. So in spirit, I was actually watching it with you guys. I was actually mentally preparing myself for something that neither of us knew was happening yet.
I like it. You were just premonitions of the future.
Exactly.
But this premiered way back in spring 2023. It was animated by everybody's favorite studio that is way overworked, Mappa. And season 1 on Mal got an 8.09. I think I gave this somewhere around an 8.1, 8.2. I don't remember. But season 2 is set for winter 2020. Is that right? Did I get the right thing?
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like winter 2026 is really far away.
No, that's coming up.
Oh my god, winter!
Isn't it?
Oh, I always hate how winter is the first season of the year because I
Yes,
think
me too.
winter. I think like December, and I'm like, wait, that seems way too far away.
Yeah. You weren't thinking this upcoming December. You were thinking next December.
Yeah, no, it's January 2026, and I had a brain fart. But for a quick synopsis for people who have seen this and need a little refresher, Hell's Paradise follows Gabby Maru, a highly skilled shinobi. We got ninjas. Sentenced to death for his brutal actions, but given a second chance to earn his freedom. He's sent to a mysterious island in search of the elixir of life, a powerful substance that can grant, you guessed it, immortality. Alongside other condemned criminals, Gabby Maru must navigate the island's dangerous supernatural creatures while also facing his own inner turmoil about life and death. As he encounters terrifying foes and meets fellow warriors with their own motivations, Gabby Maru's journey becomes one of self-discovery and survival. A lot of cool themes were explored in season 1, including redemption, existential struggle, and the thin line between life and death. And gore. Lots of gore. That's why I like this show.
Oh god, so much of it. It was fantastic though.
This show was so fucking bloody, dude. Like, I was not prepared for it when we started watching it. I was like, holy shit.
And they
People
gave
are
zero fucks about
dude.
characters. That was
I
the
love
best
that.
part too.
They're like, oh, here's a character. Dead. Oh, you
mean,
like this guy? Shame.
Typically I hate that, but like it just got me so excited too about what's gonna happen with this one.
Definitely. I'm like super excited for this just because like the world building and the plot was so fucking good. And I really want to see where it goes, but I'm too lazy to read it. Because I feel like with really good fighting anime, I'd rather watch it.
Yeah.
It's kinda like,
Especially when you get it into the hands of a good studio, right? Like if you get in the hands of say like A1, Cloverworks, Mappa, Who
Oh,
does who does
Trigger,
Bleach
Production
again?
IG. Who does
Yeah,
who?
yeah, Bleach.
Oh, Perot.
Yeah, I mean, you get into like those studios, and they're gonna excel. They're gonna knock it out of the park with just animating those fight scenes. They're gonna add so much more depth and attitude to them. I mean, even what Toei's doing lately, like you and I have read those chapters, and they are cooking. So, like, by all means, don't get me wrong. The manga's fantastic source material, and it allows you to really involve yourself in that world so much, but like some of these anime, I'm just going to stick to the anime because my god, what they're doing and what they're showing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the whole reason I didn't read ahead in Fire Force because I was like, no, I want to see it animated. I want to see the fights,
Yeah.
and I already had that spoiled, but I haven't had anything for this spoiled yet, so I'm very excited about that. I'm also really excited for more freaky fucking opponents. Like I remember when we were watching this, we were geeked when the giant fish Buddha monster came out of nowhere. Like that shit was
Yeah.
terrifying.
Dude, just all of those freaky monsters, and then how all of them reacted and stuff like that to all the prisoners and stuff like that, and how basically even like the guards were basically useless as well.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it was like seriously, like I get the name Hell's Paradise, but I didn't expect them to just up and uproot everyone except for like the main character,
yeah, I mean, there's like four.
Gabimaru.
Yeah, I mean, you got Gabimaru, Sagiri. I don't think Yuzuriha died. I don't remember. I think she's still kicking. And then like the big baddies in this, the demigod characters that are
Yeah,
immortal, dude. There's some freaky fucking people, man. Like, I'm really curious to see if we get more gender fluid orgies where people are just switching
ah,
between man and woman like halfway through the gangbang. Like, that was so fucking bizarre.
oh god, yeah.
It's like, hey, do you want to be the man or the woman today? What are you feeling? Or do you want to do a little guy and guy, a little girl and girl? Like, what's going on today? I don't know. What you in the mood for? Like, that shit was like insane.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. And just even then too, like how they carried themselves, like with no regard for absolutely anything, right? Like it was truly living up to basically what you would expect out of demigods, out of people that, like again, someone in Greek mythology who was a demigod, they didn't care about anything. They weren't careful about what they did. They just did what they needed to do. I mean, who cares what got hurt or got in their way?
Oh yeah.
And these guys are the exact same way, and they're really really leading into that too with their character, and it's fantastic.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And then like the last thing I'm really excited for this is like the character development with like characters like Gabimaru and Sagiri has been excellent through the first season. And I really want to see that continue. If you haven't watched this yet and you're listening, don't watch it dubbed. I threw on the dub in the background while I was cooking dinner today, and it's pretty fucking mid compared to the subbed version. So stick to what it should be.
Yeah, for sure.
But hell yeah, dude. I'm really excited for this. This show was gas. Like we were really fired up watching it. So it was one of the ones where we had a hard time talking about some episodes because it was all fighting, but like the fights were so sick. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then I guess I'll get started on my first one. So we'll go with one that is a little bit further off. I'm gonna match Dan in its release date time.
Okay.
Um, so I'm actually gonna be talking about Frieren season 2.
Hell yeah.
This is done by Madhouse, and this is currently the number one show on Mal, sitting at a 9.3. This is top to even Full Metal.
Debatable, but continue.
I would debate it as well, Dan. That being said, though, this did premiere in fall of 2023. Um, there is a second season currently set for winter of 2026. Unlike Dan, I realize that is this upcoming
January.
December,
January.
not January, not the next January. um, but for those of you who just need a little bit of a refresher, Frieren Beyond Journey's End follows Frieren, an elf mage who is part of a hero party that defeated the Demon King. After the battle, she returns to a world where time passes differently for her, and her old companions have aged and passed away. The series explores Frieren's emotional journey as she sets out to understand the meaning of friendship, and the fleeting nature of human lives. Along the way, she forms new bonds with young adventurers, including a rookie mage named Himmel's Apprentice. As Frieren faces personal growth and nostalgia, the series themes of loss, time, and the quest for deeper connections. Um, what, what's going on here, Dan?
I'm just laughing. I used ChatGPT to make these, and it called Fern Himmel's Apprentice, which is hilarious. Which she technically was, but not really. She was just kind of like his orphan.
Yeah.
Ah.
I will give those of you who are listening as well a bit of a heads up. I did not do any notes at all this week. This
I did
was
not either. No,
Dan went to ChatGPT to do all of my stuff, so I am sorry for that. I am going through a bit of a thing right now myself. We're not going to get into that. That being said, though, I also haven't finished Frieren.
what?
I'm halfway through it. I haven't finished it
What?
yet.
What? Oh God, you gotta finish Frieren, dude. It's so good. I mean, like the way it like takes that classic like adventure kind of vibe, but makes it like the story after the adventure, and we get all the flashbacks is fantastic.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like that is one of its strengths, right? Like that whole unique perspective of what happens after the adventure.
Another
It's
adventure.
enjoyable. True,
It's
but
just Bilbo going on. He thinks he's ready for another adventure, dude. You know, this is basically just Lord
exactly.
of the Rings. Frieren is just
It
Bilbo.
it truly is, yeah. But no, so that being said though, yeah, just how it does approach that too, and the fact that Frieren does have to learn how life moves on. I mean, it's a huge lesson that a lot of people struggle with, some daily, you know? So to be able to actually have something too that kind of puts that out there and shows people like, hey, there is a way to move forward. It's not going to be easy. You know, Freerin does go through those struggles, but as long as you keep moving forward and you keep being open, there is a way forward.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's especially hard for her because she's an elf and she's, like 1,800 years old or some shit. And she's lived, 8 to 10 lifetimes of every
Yeah.
companion she's ever had. So, like, it's so challenging to just live through that, like your
Yeah.
friends
And
die, you make new friends, your friends die, you make new friends, your friends die, you make new friends. Like, it's hard.
yeah, and it shows too like a lot of character development as well because you get to see a lot of these emotions tied to a lot of these different memories that she holds, right? And now she gets the chance to bond with all of these new people again, and you get to see how she's approaching it and how things are for her now after all of this has happened to her.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
it's amazing to see all of that too.
Oh,
Um,
100%. I think I've realized in my tired mental state I'm in right now is why Himmel's Apprentice looks so weird because it's not Himmel, it's Heiter. That's why I was so confused. Oh, that's
Even
funny
better,
as shit.
see? And that's exactly like I said, I didn't actually watch it, so there's gonna be some inconsistencies for those watching. But again, like, there is a lot that happens to it, just even too, like, how nice and slow paced the story is.
Oh, it's a
It
slow
makes it
burn, dude.
it makes it so enjoyable, though, at the same time, because like, you can just relate to it so much more. I mean, flashy scenes and high octane action like Windbreaker, it's really enjoyable, right? It gets the blood pumping, but at the same time, something like this where it really takes its time, you sit there and you really start to take it in, and you build a little bit more with it because you can identify with it a little bit more. You can connect with it easier and stuff, and it that was one of the big things too that I noticed as I was watching, you know? I
Oh,
mean,
definitely.
maybe it might have been something like at the time I just wasn't ready for this kind of a show, right? Maybe this might be something that maybe now I get to go back to and I can look at it under a different light and maybe appreciate it a little bit more. And a lot of that too though is again just how well they take into account of everything. I mean, just dealing with the themes of time, immortality, loss, not to mention though too, like happiness and stuff like that, and joy and all these other things too with, new people and all these memorable characters and stuff. And just how well too, like it visualizes it for you too, because nothing is ever left really untouched in that show from everything that I've seen. When they touch up on something, you get a flashback, you get a callback to it, right? You get some sort of connection, and you get to see more of a deeper side of Frieren herself, or even maybe some of her companions that she traveled with that were near and dear to her.
Oh, definitely. Well, I don't want to go too far into the plot then because you haven't finished it, so I don't want to spoil anything. But there's like two things I want to touch on, and it's one would be the art style because this it's just such a beautiful show, and the way they pair like how it's animated with like the vibrant like actually I don't even want to say vibrant. They're more like soft colors. Like it's like a really nice like pastel, like kind of like a Ghibli feel to it with the animation and like the colorways and stuff like that. The way they
Yeah,
pair,
very welcoming
yeah,
visual.
and, like, the way they pair that with the music throughout it is just phenomenal. Like, it just reminds me of Lord of the Rings, you know?
It really touches it, yeah.
Definitely. Well, go finish Frieren. Stop slacking. You're like Tyler with Dragon Ball, you know?
Oh, hold up here, hold up. I'm barely even seasons behind. Tyler over here is like an
3
entire show behind.
he's 2 shows behind, you know?
It's just- I didn't want to bring up Super either, but
Well, I did.
but yeah, no, Frieren though, it was a really exciting show. Season 2 is probably going to be absolutely phenomenal, but this is definitely something that I'm going to have to sit down with, really dive into as well, and give it a thorough watch.
Yeah. If you're in the Discord, go yell at Nam until he finishes Frieren.
Don't yell at me.
Sorry, poke him. Go on Facebook and poke him.
Don't poke me on Facebook either.
I I
What?
I don't even think the kids who listen to this even know what poking is, because I don't even know if you can do it anymore.
Probably not.
Well, awesome. Well, let's get from one vibrant color. I keep saying vibrant. Vibrant. Fuck it. Let's get from one fantasy anime to another. And a season 2 that I'm really excited for is Dungeon Meshi season 2, or Delicious in Dungeon. This is on Netflix. It premiered in winter 2024, and season 2 doesn't have an official release date season wise, but it's set for early 2026 and production has started. So being made sometime 2026, probably spring or winter or spring. For a quick little recap, Dungeon Meshi follows Laos, a young adventurer and his party, as they venture into a dangerous dungeon, to rescue Sister Fallon, who's been turned into a creepy bird dragon chimera thingy. That's all. That's the only way I can describe Fallon.
Okay.
After a failed attempt to save her, they are forced to stay in this dungeon and survive the only way they know how, as we see throughout all of season 1, by eating monsters. And it's pretty interesting, some of the recipes that Senshi can cook up with these monsters they fight. So that's like probably my favorite part of this show. But they must, continue to balance the practicalities of dungeon exploration with the oddities of their new meals. And this series does a really great job blending fantasy humor and just kind of the shit they cook together to make a really fun show. But yeah, some of the reasons I'm excited for this one, the focus on cooking is like, and doing it well is pretty unorthodox in the anime world. Like, I know we watched Campfire Cooking Another World on this podcast, which I made 3 episodes in. I was like, this is so fucking stupid. But this show's really fun. I haven't watched it subbed yet. I watched it dubbed based on the recommendation of some of the people in the Discord and Tyler. And it was a really fun show. Definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. I love the idea that they're cooking monsters, but the stuff they're making looks really good. And you can take those recipes and make it with normal stuff. Like, you don't got to eat little slugs from a suit of armor. Go get some escargot if you want. But I'm really curious. Really excited for season 2 because I'm curious to see how they can actually save Fallon and turn her back into a human, not this dragon harpy lady chimera thing. And I'm also excited for the humor. Like, this show is just so funny. Like, this even Laos pretending to be a dog. Fucking hysterical. He won a DG for that wonderful, wonderful display of his primal side. So excited to see more humor from this show. Did you watch Dungeon Meshi yet?
I have not. I don't have Netflix either. So that's going to be my first excuse.
That's a good one.
I would say so. Second excuse, didn't know about it. I know you guys have talked about it a few times, but that's about all I know.
Okay. I would recommend you put your straw hat on and go sail the high seas for this one because it was fantastic.
Okay. I will definitely have to do that.
Or spend $6 on Netflix with ads for a month and watch it. You get 2 hours, so it is 24 episodes. So definitely worth the month of Netflix, I'd say. It's like Netflix is the only streaming service that they always have on the hotel TV. So I was saving this for when I was in a hotel. So I didn't like binge it. I would just watch it when I was sitting in a Marriott post work call or like, that kind of thing. So it was fun. It was definitely a great show. Really excited for season 2.
Awesome. Okay. So for that, then let's go ahead and get to my second show. And you're gonna notice the theme with the next 2 that I'm about to say. I'll let you guys figure that theme out. Should be pretty obvious. First one we're gonna be talking about is Dandadan season 2. And yeah, this is done by Studio Science Saru. And it has a 8.52 on Mal. Personally, I think that should be higher. Just my own opinion. This one here premiered in fall of 2024 on everything. Like, you couldn't go anywhere and not find it.
Pretty sure you watch it on Twitter.
It wouldn't surprise me. And honestly, kudos to them for getting, more of that show out there. It was fantastic. There is a second season. It is set for summer of 2025. So it is getting really, really close. I'm super excited about it. To kind of catch you guys up to speed, though, Dandadan is a supernatural action comedy anime that blends horror, romance, and sci-fi based on Yukinobu Tatsu's manga. It follows high schoolers Momo Ayase and Ken Okarun Takakura,
Don't say
who
his
set
name.
out to prove... Shush! Don't tell her I said it, alright?
She's listening, bro.
I hope not. Momo, you didn't hear anything. We'll just bleep that part out.
No.
Um, but yeah, so the two of them who set out to prove the existence of ghosts and aliens. Momo is abducted by aliens, while Okarun is possessed by a spirit called Turbo Granny. They team up to battle bizarre supernatural threats and awaken hidden psychic powers. As chaos unfolds, their partnership deepens and their relationship evolves. And my god, was this show just an absolute riot, start to finish.
100%.
I mean, everything about it from like the first episode, right? You start off with Momo getting into a fight with her boyfriend at the time and getting dumped, and her also getting kicked. Like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit shocking. Usually you don't see women get roundhouse kicked by men, by delinquents in anime, so that was a bit of a surprise.
And they wasted no time either. They just jumped straight to it. And even then too, just like the unique concept too of ghosts and aliens, right? Like we get ghosts in shows all the time. We get aliens in shows all the time. We get some of them where they're just, more like side attractions, right? But how many shows do we have where the main focus is on ghosts and aliens? I mean, they're sharing equal screen time at this point.
Yeah. Which is part of the reason this is so fun, because you're getting both sides of that spectrum. Like, ghosts are overplayed in anime at this point. There's a few out there with anime, but there's only one with both.
Exactly. I mean, fantastic storytelling throughout as well. I mean, just the way how everything is being paced, how the characters are developing and stuff like that too. Um Obviously one of the biggest things that we get to see is the relationship between Okarun and Momo and just how it starts to evolve over time as the two of them start to interact with each other. Um and more of the hardships too that they go through. But it's also too very very good at dealing with like the themes of perception, identity, and control, right? Because there's a lot of that goes into this show. I mean, the two characters are truthfully exploring themselves, still trying to learn more about themselves, their newfound abilities and powers and stuff like that. They're trying to learn about themselves, and that's a huge lesson that a lot of people go throughout their lives as well. um and also the ability to be able to control all of that as well too. I mean, some people still struggle with it to this day, you know um and then too, just how they can perceive things and the world around them too, especially now too with their newfound powers. It's pretty eye-opening to be able to really explore these concepts in such a fun and unique way too.
Definitely. Yeah, I think the thing that sticks out with Dandadan or Dandadan, I can't remember. Dandadan, Dandadan, whatever the hell it is.
Dandadan.
Dandadan? Yeah, there we go. But it's Dandadan because I'm Dan. Really sticks out to me with this show. It's just like how fun the visuals are. Like, it's just crazy. And the opening song was an absolute banger. So they got to follow that up with season 2, which is going to be really tough.
Creepy nuts better be cooking already. That's all I gotta say.
Who knows? Who knows if they
You know,
got it like that?
he is.
They are always cooking.
Another cool thing that too that really stood out was just like the art and the visual style too. Was this one
Yeah.
how
Oh,
how
yeah.
off the wall it was, and just like the way how they're able to also really tap into all the different transformations between like the ghost form of Okarun and then Momo using her psychic hands and stuff like that, and sensing out all those different things to be able to really just draw into that at random points to like what was it when he was at the school, right? And there was that mannequin that was running away,
Oh god, that
and
shit was
how
so funny.
Yeah, but how Okaruma was getting like really upset and he was like running over there and he started to like transform and then he kind of like stopped and he also like looked around real quick before he took off. He was like kicking off his shoe and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was fun to see that too cuz like aside from it being this like horror show where they have all of this stuff, they've also been able to keep the comedy and all of that throughout it as well, which has been really, really cool. And that's a huge testament to the art style.
Oh yeah. I mean, this show is probably one of the funniest to come out in recent years. I mean, the humor is just on point.
Yeah. And then last but not least, too, the most favorite thing that I like about it is just the high stakes. It's really just there's so much at every twist and turn, no matter what they're dealing with. And at the end of it, there's always a resolution that they can come to. I mean, you can look at the mannequin where they were able to, reunite him and protect him as well as his mannequin girlfriend. Um, but even too with Crab Brawler and just him needing a cow,
Oh,
dude. I mean, he was a mortal enemy. He was throwing hands at them during the Gyarados fight, right? Where they digivolved.
I mean, shit, dude. The fact that we finally got a UFO picking up a cow in an anime, it's just all time for me. I mean, that's like the most classic trope you'll ever see with aliens, and they did such a good job with it.
Yeah, but like to be able to also show off like just those moments, but then also to all the other high stakes moments, like where um what was it, second or third episode where they're at Momo's house and that demon shows up around it after she took down that charm, right? Like could have died
Yeah.
very easily. Could have
No,
died.
yeah, the stakes are pretty high in this one. Like they're not fighting easy enemies at all.
And the only thing that I have to say before I send off is I really hope we've changed the oxygen tank for Momo.
She
Girl
is
gonna need it.
I mean, at least hopefully they gave her a reed so she could like get some air, like that classic ninja style under the water.
She's been down there for 8 months. That's all I gotta say.
True. Well, only two more to go. So we'll be getting Momo back in our life very soon.
And she'll
Well,
have Ken Takakura back in her life soon.
she is so embarrassed right now and so horny. Well, awesome. Yeah, the last show I got on my list, it's one we don't actually have a season 2 announced for yet, but I'm assuming it's coming. And that's Undead Unluck. It's by David Productions. You know him for JoJo's, Fire Force, all those. And season 1 got a 7.76 on Mal, which I think is a little low. I think I gave this around an 8. I really like this show. And this came out back in fall 2023. And while no season 2 has been out yet, we're getting a special in
Ooh.
December. So not winter 2025 because that already happened. But in December, we're getting a special. I think it's gonna be like a 1 hour special. So I'm pretty excited for that. We talked about this one on the rundown, so you guys probably know it, but I'll hit you with a quick recap just in case. Undead Unluck follows Andy, an immortal man cursed with the ability to never die, and Fuko, a girl whose unluck causes anyone to touch her to experience extreme misfortune. Together, they get caught in a deadly game where people with unique abilities, known as negators, are hunted by a mysterious organization. As Fuko and Andy join forces, they realize their powers might be linked to a even greater cosmic mystery. The series does a great job blending action, humor, some pretty dark themes as they fight all these enemies, uncovering secrets in their abilities. And the world building in this was really fucking cool, in my opinion. I mean, shit, their base is under Stonehenge, dude. That's just badass.
Hell
But
yeah.
hell yeah. Have you seen this?
Can't say that I have.
It's on Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
I have Tyler's Hulu.
Well, there you go. All right,
Yeah.
add on Undead Unluck to your list. It's a really fun show. I'm not gonna get too far into it then because Nam hasn't seen it. Nam is ruining my spiels today, but that's fine. But like the whole concept of this show is just super fun. Like the concept of a negator, basically, they just have abilities that negate the natural order of the world. That's fucking cool, man. And the
It,
fact
it definitely
that,
sounds cool.
yeah, and like the fact that Fuko's ability and Andy's immortality pair so well together, it's just super fun. Like the dynamic between them is so funny. Like she's in love with him. He's like 120 years old because he can't die. It's real awkward. But the more she likes someone, the more unlucky they are. So even in the first like episode or two, she touches Andy as Andy's fighting some assassin from some other group, and a fucking meteor drops on that dude, killing the other guy, destroying a building. But since Andy's immortal, he's perfectly fine. As like it dives further in, I'm not gonna spoil too much because Nam needs to watch it. But it really gets into some crazy shit as we progress down the line in this show. So I'm really excited for season 2, and I need more meteors dropped on bad guys. That's 100% what I need in my life.
Oh yeah. Okay. Um. So I guess it's time for me to get into our last show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad Tyler's
Awesome.
not here to talk about the manga she reads for an hour and a half again, because that was his favorite topic to bring up.
Yes, thank God he's not here for this. Uh. So the last one that we're gonna be talking about, guys, is Kaiju number 8, season 2. This one is done by Production IG. Season 1 got an 8.29 on Mal. And this one premiered in spring of 24. Same thing with Dandadan on everything. So, I mean, this one here was being hugely hyped up before it actually even launched. I remember that much. And I think it lived up to the hype. It did a fantastic job. And yeah, so to catch you guys up though, real quick, it is set for summer 2025 as well. If you
Let's
can't catch the
go.
theme between that and Dandadan,
On
there's not much helping you
everything,
there.
rundown for summer 2025 is already set. We got Kaiju number 8, we got Dandadan, and we got One Piece.
Yep. So
Boom.
you guys already know what's coming. But yeah, just to catch you guys up though, Kaiju number 8 follows Kafka Hibino, a man who dreams of joining the Japanese Defense Force to fight monstrous kaiju, despite being stuck in a lowly cleaning job. After a freak accident, he gains the ability to transform into a powerful kaiju himself, becoming the very thing he once fought against. Kafka is forced to hide his secret, balancing his new identity while trying to stay close to his childhood friend and fellow soldier, Mina Ashiro. As he battles other kaiju and uncovers deeper conspiracies, Kafka struggles with his dual identity and the responsibility it brings. The series blends action, humor, and emotional stakes as Kafka fights for his place in a world threatened by giant monsters.
Fuck yeah.
Um, and this one here is about as unique as unique can get. Um, Kaiju's nothing new. Fighting kaiju, nothing new. Being turned into a kaiju, that's kind of new.
I have not seen a Godzilla movie where a human turns into Godzilla, so we got that going for him.
Exactly. Um, and then from there too, just the fact that he's not the only one either, right? Like there's others out there. And so it's interesting to see how that's going to evolve, as time goes on as well, too.
Yeah,
Um
definitely.
but then as well too, like this is huge on character development because this man has been fighting for this dream his entire life. He's in his 30s, right? He's pretty much what you would consider, I guess, like
Don't
near
you
the
fucking
end
say it.
of near the end of being able to live out his dream.
There you go.
All
There
right.
you go.
Hey,
Thank you for
hey,
not saying the words you were about to say.
I'm saying it for myself too, okay? I'm
We're
getting up
old.
there.
We're fucking old on this podcast, ladies and
Stop
gentlemen.
talking. Don't remind people.
And Nom's older than
Um,
I am.
yeah, don't let this face fool you guys. um, but to be able to face, that reality and then being also able to live out that dream, through a way that you might not have expected before, but still being able to do so. I mean, it speaks volumes, and the way how he's taking it too, he's taking it stride. I mean, he's learning so much about himself, and he's having to really come to grips with just how much stronger and how much more talented these other people are without the need for, this handicap that he's got. So, you
I'm
know,
not gonna call it a handicap.
I'll
It's a
call it a handicap.
severe advantage. I mean, this is kind of just like Attack on Titan, right? Like, yeah, turning into a Titan's a bad thing, but your destructive capabilities, unless you're named Levi, substantially increase. I mean, Kafka in his Kaiju form is fucking yoked.
It's true. It's
And
true,
what?
as we saw too.
Oh yeah, I mean, at the end of this season when he was fighting the head of the JDF, that
Yeah.
shit was so fucking sick. It was essentially he was fighting another Kaiju because those gauntlets had the soul of a Kaiju or whatever it was inside of them. Like that fight was
I think it
awesome.
was I think they said it was like number 6 or something like that. Like
Yeah,
they've numbered certain kaiju, and obviously if you guys couldn't tell, kaiju number 8 is number 8.
I had no idea.
Um yeah, some people thought it was 7. No, it turns out it was actually 8 all along.
And I think we got up to 10 in season 1. I think we were introduced to 2 other Kaiju that were
Yes.
of the same caliber. So basically,
Yes.
there's lots of Kaiju, but only the ones who hit like a certain level on, I'm going to call it the Kaiju decibel reading, like their power level. It's got to
I
be over
like that.
9,000.
Yep,
And
yep.
yeah, they get a number. But that fight was awesome. Like the characters in this are super fun. Kafka's hilarious. He reminds me of myself. He's just an old man trying to hang with the younger crowd. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard, guys. You'll
It
find out
really is.
when you eclipse 30 how hard it is to hang with the younger crowd.
Dude, I got asked to go hang out with some of the kids from work, and I was just like, "Bro, I'm about to go to bed." It was like
my
7:30.
my
I was like,
bedtime,
"Fuck."
dude. Yeah, I'm not leaving my house after 7 p.m. Like no way. I'm not gonna go to bed at 7 p.m. But I'm stuck unless we go to the bar across the street to get dinner because they got half price apps at 8. That's it.
Yo, okay.
Oh yeah, dude. When we haven't eaten dinner at 7:30, I'm like, I'm not cooking. We're just going. We're going to the nines. We're getting some apps.
Heck yeah.
If you're
But
from
no,
New
another
England, you know what the nines are.
another really good thing too that Kaiju number 8 does really well too though is like the action scenes. I mean, the visuals really help out with that because it's able to allow it to be fast paced and very destructive, but just to also have all of that destruction like visually happening in front of you and not just like a frame shot. It's really impressive, and it really helps lend to the credibility of like just how fearsome that these kaiju really are, and just what the JDF really is fighting to stop.
Oh yeah.
And easily one of the biggest highlights of the show aside from the comedy.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we want to talk like badass fights, you just got to look at Hoshina, who is kind of
Yeah.
like Kafka's handler, I guess. He's like the Levi in this. And
Oh god.
he's
And
such a
he's got a
badass dude.
everyone else is like sword or not swords, like guns and stuff like that,
He's
and
got
like
swords.
snipers. Yeah, he's just got 2 katanas. This
And then,
man's going to town.
oh yeah, and then Mina's got the boomstick, dude. Like, but yeah, awesome show. I'm really excited for season 2. We're not doing season 3s. But yeah, I'm really excited for season 2 of this. It's gonna be a really fun summer with some of the shows we got coming out.
Absolutely.
I noticed we have no fall shows. No fall 2025 shows on this list.
What is coming out in fall 2025?
I don't know.
Wait, why does that say Dandadan?
Did it get moved?
Oh wait, no, hang on. I'm looking at 2024. That's why.
Ah,
Well, 2025. Okay, here we go. Okay. Season 3, final season 3, new show.
yeah.
Show
Oh,
you hated, I think.
yep.
New show. Part 2, not necessarily season 2, but part 2.
Okay, a bunch of
Um,
season 2s I have not watched.
there's a season 2 that's a Tyler show. Second season of a violin show.
6th season of Kingdom. Okay.
Oh, hey, we're getting Santa.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm so
We're
excited
getting
for
a
that show.
season 6 of a show.
Yeah, Kingdom season
Kingdom.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it turns out that unless you're Tyler, we're not really getting any season 2s.
Just, we were only doing season 2s. Tyler missed the memo on that. Some season 2s Tyler is excited for.
Oh, wait,
First
hang
would
on,
be-
hang on. I do want to do one of them real quick,
Okay.
as I am using that one as an honorable mention, and I don't want it to be lumped in with all of Tyler's.
Okay.
Sorry, Tyler. No offense, but this show deserves more respect than that. The show that I'm gonna
It's a
steal
good
from
list.
him. It's a good list. He didn't understand what the title was for 2 of them.
No, I'm really excited for
again-
his season 2s.
I'm stealing this one because I actually really enjoyed this one too. Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic season 2. The first season was an absolute banger. They really established a good story. They highlighted it with some really solid action at the end. And it's leaving a lot open for the story to go absolutely anywhere. It's a different kind of isekai where Truck-kun actually did not get to star in it.
Oof.
Characters are not dead, but at the same time, they do have unique abilities. And it turns out the guy that wasn't supposed to even be there is the true badass. And
Okay.
it's all because he uses healing magic. But he
I
uses
gotta
it
watch
wrong.
this one. I've heard good things.
Dan, you're gonna fucking love it.
Okay.
I do have another one, but I have to find it. So you can go
Okay.
ahead with Tyler's.
I'll start running through Tyler's list of season 2s. So Tyler is very excited for One Punch Man season 3, season 2. We're all really excited for One Punch Man season 3. I can't believe he hasn't seen season 2 of One Punch Man yet. Kind of surprised there. He really talks about the show and he loves it. So I'm surprised he hasn't seen season 2 yet, but I'm pretty excited for season 3. How are you? How about you?
Absolutely. I mean, they're really raising the stakes each and every time. I mean, at this point, there's only really like just a few people that would probably be able to stand up against him, and that's like
Garu. Garu. Just Garu.
Garu, God, the actual embodiment of the universe itself.
Goku.
I don't even think Goku could, low key.
I don't know, dude. Goku could blow up a lot of things with one punch too. We've seen that.
I mean, yeah. You're not wrong there.
I mean, Ultra Instinct Goku versus Saitama would be all time.
Okay,
And
I mean, if he's Ultra Instinct, that's a different story. All right, I was going based off of like, I was going based off of DBZ Goku, like
Okay.
You know, at the end of like Boo Saga,
They're
so he's
blowing
got
up
Super Saiyan
planets at that
3.
point, dude. Like, if Goku wanted to, he could blow up a planet.
Oh, for sure. So I did find the other one real quick. I do want to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Um, One that I was super excited for. Really can't wait. Hopefully that there is a season 2. Oblivion Battery.
Oh, I agree with that. We should be getting a season 2. That show did pretty well.
And on top of that, just the way how it was set up really let it be a very long ending, like a long running show. So if there is the content there, they could definitely do that. Just please chill on the nipple hair.
Don't stop. So it's in production.
I see that. Yep.
That's all I got. It's been announced. It's in production.
No
No
available air
date.
date.
No date.
All unknown. Just that second season has been lit. So let's go. I'm
Hell
happy about
yeah.
that one.
Hell yeah, dude. I knew you were gonna love that show. Like I started watching it and I was like, Nom's really gonna like this. Because it's
It
baseball.
was they did such a great job of balancing not only the baseball but like the actual
Nipple hair.
trials and tribulations that a lot of athletes typically go through and stuff.
Oh yeah, that and I
Um,
mean also losing your memory. Like they did a really good job with just everything they did in it. And it was definitely funny too.
I hated how they brought his memory back and then they took it away.
I know. That kind of threw me off.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, I'm
actually watching
excited for that
baseball
too.
right now since we're talking about baseball.
Hell yeah, I just
Fucking
saw this.
Colorado just got a home run.
Celtics choked away a game too, so they're down 0-2 in the series. Great job, guys.
Oof. Hey, Pistons are out already, so people
Yeah,
up here stop watching.
we should be in the finals. So being down 0-2 is not ideal. Next season 2 that Tyler is really excited for, and I'm surprised he hasn't watched it, is Oshinoko season 2. I thought he would have watched this one by now, but I heard season 3 is coming out pretty soon. So if you're an Oshinoko fan, get ready for that. And Tyler has a little catching up to do. The other ones he has are Bocchi the Rock season 2 and Skippin' Loafer season 2. And that is all the slice of life I plan on talking about today.
That was more than we were actually allotted.
I'm
So
also really excited for Buddy Daddy season 2.
okay.
That's a joke. It does. Tyler wants a season 2 so bad, but that show is great. It doesn't need anything else.
It's just like Zenshu, right? Like that was the one about the girl animator and stuff like that. She gets
Yeah.
transported into a show that or a movie that she used to watch. I mean, great show. I highly enjoyed it. Really, really cool visuals.
Did it have a
Don't give us
finale?
a
Like
second.
it ended?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She got back home. She was able to finish her, big
Manga.
script that she was working on,
Okay.
right? She's because she's doing this anime, right? It's
Oh,
not
okay.
manga, it's
Anime, not
anime.
manga. My bad.
So she does actually get to finish her book. It was all about romance and stuff. She never delved into it. Well, now at the end of the show, like she's showing her face, she's looking at everyone, she's supportive, she's not doing it all on her own. Like they did tease like the main characters are now in the real world, but at the end of the day, the show ended. It resolved itself. They're now in the real world. That's the end. Let it end.
Yeah. Buddy Daddies, they moved to like
Don't draw it into the real world.
They moved. They went to California or Miami or some shit. They opened up a store. They're no longer assassins. They're adorable adopted daughters in college, I want to say. So like it's done. We don't need any more. That was great. But Tyler will tell you otherwise. Well, yeah, that's all we got for some season 2's. How do you do? We'll be back on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday. I got to travel early next week, so we'll probably be recording a little late because Tyler's not back yet. So the weekly rundown will come out eventually, and then so will the Degens episode. All right, guys. So catch you next week. Peace.
Later.